Hello and welcome to Steve's Vintage Model Builds. Uh, Welcome again. This is my second video today. I did one this morning. Excuse me. Excuse me. I did one this morning on green bean garlic stir fry. So I'll put an end screen up for that. And if you haven't seen it already, go check it out. I had fun. And the camera angle is way better than the first video that I made on cooking. So, here we are today, again. And I'm actually going to do a video on model kits. And I got two things going on here. I saw this, and I'd been looking for a cute little sports car for quite a while, and I had subscribers and previous viewers may recall the Tyrrell or Tyrrell. I'm still not sure how you're supposed to say it. Anyways, the P34 six-wheel Grand Prix winner, F1 Grand Prix winner. And oh boy, I've sure struggled with that engine. Anyways, and I've also had problems painting up poor Mr. Tamiya. I don't know. Anyways, had some paint problems as well. So, the motor's the biggest part, and most of the chassis is otherwise done. So what's really holding me up is I really can't decide whether I'm just going to build it and not paint it, or build it and try and paint it. It's beautifully molded in dark blue and white, and so I'm leaning towards that. But at this point in time, I'm kind of exhausted from working with the engine. I was never good with that stuff. So, anyways, so I saw this, and it looked like a bit of fun. And I've always had a soft spot for Lotus. I mentioned in a previous video about the neighborhood I grew up in. One of my school chums, his father had a Lotus, and a Lotus Europa, which of course was the hottest car in our neighborhood. Most people were driving station wagons and Ramblers and Pontiacs and stuff like that. So, anyways, yeah. So I saw this, and I've always had a soft spot for Lotus, and so I looked it up a little. I did a bit of research on it, and I paid about $50 for it, a little less than $50. That included the shipping, free Amazon Prime shipping. Well, it's free when you order it. I mean, you pay for it in your Prime membership. But in any case, it's $12 a month, and it's worth it to me. So, I get plenty of free shipping, returns are easy, etc., etc., for $10, for, $12 a month, whatever. It's no big deal. Okay, and so yeah, we've got this, and yeah, I mean, anybody who knows this kit, well, before we get into this, I'm going to set this aside, and I got a question for some of my subscribers or returning viewers. You might recall that I've been working on the Tamiya 135 quad tractor and 25-pounder gun, and it's going along fine. I'm happy with it. Everything's great. This is what I've done with the Camel. These guys just don't want to stick. I'm telling you. I've done this 3 times. I've done this with the Camo, and I'm really starting to think I'm going to do it in the Canadian motif, which they say just to paint it dark green, but whatever. Anyways, so I'm thinking about just repainting it full dark green. So if anybody wants to make a comment on that, yeah, the camo job isn't very good. It looks like I painted it on, which is what I did. Yeah, with a brush. So, anyways, yeah, anybody who wants to make a comment like on that, I'd appreciate it. Help me make a decision. I am leaning towards going back to just the plain green. So if you want to affirm that, or say you like the camo or whatever, just let me know. So, and the other thing you might have seen, sneaking in on the side there, was this. This was 18 bucks, and I couldn't resist it. So I'm going to do a quick review on this. Neither of these are very big kits, obviously. I mean, you know, so neither of these are very big kits. And this one is actually shrink wrapped, which must have been done probably by the merchant, because to me it doesn't usually do that. And this is Tamiya catalog number 128, 135 military miniatures livestock set. And this, I think, was from okay, so yeah, this is a new tool and unchanged since 1984. Oh, and it is a resealable one. Oh, and I was watching a video from on another channel. Sorry about that. It was detail, scale, view. That's detail with a capital D, scale with a capital S, and view with a capital V. And yeah, he has a great channel, so stop by, check it out. Anyways, we got into a little conversation. He didn't. He was questioning why Tamiya doesn't use resealable or shrink wrap bags. They're still using the staples. And I had that question for a long time too. You know, Tamiya has their, of course, they're Japanese, and they're very conservative and traditional. And I always laugh, you know, because they don't call them staples; they call them Hotchkiss fasteners. No relation whatsoever to the machine gun manufacturer. And which somehow or other just became generically known as staples. So anyways, so you'll even see in some of their instructions of their older kits, they talk about the Hotchkiss fasteners. And I think it's cute. I think it's quaint. They are a pain, you know, and you have to be careful removing them, that you don't stick yourself or you know, damage anything, although they're really good about packaging everything. So anyways, curious me, as I am, I went and I hunted it down, and I found out. Excuse me. Viewers will know that, you know, my wife is Filipino. I have strong connection to the Philippines. We're going there in December for 5 weeks over Christmas. And anyways, to make first of all, Tamiya does about half of its molding now in the Philippines. It used to all be in Japan, and then you know, things, you know, obviously reality. So, but yeah, rather than going to China or Hong Kong or whatever, half of their molding is done in the Philippines. And anyway, so to make a long story short, my wife had a cousin who had a cousin who had a cousin. And anyway, somehow we got it through, and you know, Bong got back to me, and he you know, he said, okay, well, send an email here. So I sent an email there, and he asked me not to give out that email, so I'm not gonna. But in any case, and I asked, and it came back that using the staples makes the packaging faster and more efficient. And they even provided me a resource to yeah, so anyways, it is faster, it is more efficient for them. And they're slow to change. And the other thing that was mentioned too was that staples are cheaper than the power to do the heat sealing, as well as retooling everything. So if they want to keep using the staples and it keeps their, it shaves off $10 from their kits or whatever, I'm all in for that. So anyways, if anybody's wondering about why Tamiya still uses the staples, that's why. So anyways, yeah, so I saw this, and I had also mentioned previously about a little diorama, or actually it's going to be a big diorama that I was going to do about people, the Churchill tank and etc. Meeting, and the French farmer and all that stuff. So anyways, and then I saw this, because the French farmer is a hand cart, and I was thinking, yeah, anyways. So, and then I saw, it's funny how Amazon knows, it just pops up, you're just looking there, and oh, hey, I'm interested in that. Okay, so, here's what we get. We get a goose, we get two geese, we get a German Shepherd, we get a Landrace sow, a white leghorn, a Rhode Island red, that was foghorn leghorn, a Rhode Island red. No, he was a white leghorn, sorry. And then there's a barred Plymouth Rock, a mule, and what looks to be a dead rabbit, which will hang off the side of the farmer's cart. Okay, and there's no instructions inside. There's, what is it, 2 screws here? Yeah, 2 screws attached with Hotchkiss fasteners. The German Shepherd, the mule, and the pigs come half and half. You have to put those together, and then there's the tail and the horns, and etc. etc. The geese, they have little stands. May or may not use them. And I think too, I thought, it also says there's a puppy here. Looks like a St. Bernard puppy. Some kind of puppy. And a couple of piglets. And this one too does indicate made in the Philippines. And so let's just take a look here. Obviously, we're molded in white plastic. And I thought too, I can use some of these just for a little farm diorama, just for fun, like a little barnyard diorama or something, just to practice flocking and stuff like that. So, anyways, okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay, we got 2 chickens, we got 2 geese, we do have piglets. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3 piglets. And the German Shepherd. Oh, there's the puppy. There's the puppy. Why it's not a German Shepherd puppy, I don't know. But anyways, again, ours is not the reason why. And then here we've got the mule and the sow and a couple of hens, laying hens, and 2 dead conies, as Samwise would say. Wasn't it roasting those conies that got them into trouble there? Actually, it was a fortunate meeting. They met Farmer. Yeah. So, anyways, $18. That that'll be a bit of fun, and I can probably do some little backdrop of a cardboard or something for a barn or heaven forbid, even, try to build something. But anyways, I thought it was cute. I got it on a whim. And, it's not like you have to use everything all at once in the same thing. So, but yeah, dead rabbits. I don't know if you could do that today. All the PETA people. It looks like there's little baby chicks here too. I didn't really see them, but in any case, oh yeah, they're here on the side of the box. Each kind of chicken has a baby. So and that's as it should be. And of course, this is the, this is your painting guide. That's going to be fun and interesting. Lots of different shading to be done there and things like that. So expect some of these will be practice pieces. Still kind of strange. It's a German Shepherd full-grown dog, and the puppies. Oh well, I guess, like I said, it's not meant to be necessarily all used together all at once. So there you go. I thought it was cute. And this has sort of come up in the past. I've talked to a couple friends about it and stuff. And, with all the stuff that's going on in the world right now, I'm seeking more pastoral things to build. Not that I don't like the military models. I've got tons of them. They're going to continue. I'm going to continue building them. I love them. They're great. But anyway, so yeah, part of that is, part of that already was moving into the cars and the trucks and stuff like that, as well as just kind of branching out a little bit. And yeah, so that's that. Okay, and again, Amazon managed to squish the box. Both of these came together, actually. I think it was fulfilled by Amazon. So bad, Amazon. I fed up with contacting them every time, although I have had I've got free kits, and the Horton was free. It turned out to be free. I got full credit for that, even though the kit wasn't damaged. The box was pretty much spindled and mutilated, and so I just wanted to put it on the record. Hey guys, smarten up with your shipping practices. Get rid of those stupid gray envelopes. Or at least use them in the right place. Anyway, so blah blah, etc. So I mean, for me, I know it's really important for other people. They want to have a pristine box and everything perfect. For me, it doesn't really matter that much. I save the boxes. They go in other boxes that are bigger. And I save all the instructions and spare parts separately, but I do put boxes in boxes and in boxes, and then in bigger cartons and so on and so forth. Okay, and yeah, and speaking of traditional, here we go. They rarely shrink wrap any of their kits, especially the older ones. Sometimes the vendor will shrink wrap them, but I think it's only with their newest, most priciest kits that they're shrink wrapping them. Instead, they use good old Tamiya masking tape. That's what we used to call one of them. What do you call it? One of them are economies of scale. Anyways, no, that's not what it was called. But anyways, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know what they call it now. I don't know what they call anything now. Yeah. I'll think of it. I will remember. Okay, so we've got the Lotus Super 7 Series 2. Lovely little Sportster, designed for two. And this was designed, some were converted into dragsters, but for the most part, you know, this was for the regular public market. And it's 1/24 scale, Tamiya catalog number 357. And as I said, this isn't a big kit, and you know, on the face of it, $50 might seem to be a bit much, but we'll take a look. I'm pretty sure I know why. There we go. Okay, and we start with clear parts. They're very nice, well defined. No marks or smudges or blurs or anything like that. The headlamps are, we've got clear headlamps as well as chrome, what do you call it, seats. The part the lamp actually goes into. And there's a couple of things going on in here. They give you these. Well, here. I might regret this, but we'll see. Okay. It is a separate bag, so. Okay, so first of all, we get some nice vinyl tires. As far as I know, it looks like there is a seam down the middle, and there is no tire brand. There might be a decal for it. I have seen that before, but we'll find out. So you get 4 nice vinyl tires, so that's good. We like that. And then you've got these chrome parts, housings. That's what they're called, the lamp housings. So that you don't have to, you don't have to paint them silver yourself and do stuff, etc. So that's nice. And then here, these little guys, these little things, these are the metal heads for the air intake. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. And then we've got the clear parts here, so that's very nice, good stuff. Okay. As always, we get the Tamiya Tech Tips. These are great for newbies and novice modelers. Teach you different techniques, and they're not always the same. They do update them, but they do give you the basics, so that's really cool. And viewers will know that I use them to line boxes for when I'm spray painting or airbrushing. Okay, here we go. Tamiya does some manufacturing in Hong Kong for a separate division that is like just little plastic toys. I can't even remember what it's called, and it's Hong Kong, so I'm not gonna. But I think they're doing their best to stay away from you know where. Okay. All right. So as I said, this is not a big kit, and I watched the reviews, I watched the builds, so I knew what I was getting here. And so we'll start off here. And one of the reasons this attracted me was, this is the kind of engine I can deal with. And I might even have gained enough skill in order to put some wires where they're supposed to go, and so on and so forth. Excuse me. Okay, so right off the bat, for this sprue, rack, or tree, whatever, however you like to say it. This is sprue. This is sprue A, and there's no flash whatsoever on anything. I mean, you've got this little bar here, no problem, and nothing's broken either. It's absolutely perfect. And you've got the single piece molded body. Everything looks to be in good shape here. No scuffs, marks, dents, gouges, stupid ejection pin marks. Where they attach, it all makes sense. And so yeah, so you've got your wheels and steering wheel, bits of linkages, bonnet. This is the firewall with the battery, the nose cone, dashboard, seats. Yeah, there we go. And then here we have again. There's no flash. I mean, look at this. Look at this suspension. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see? There's no flash. It's perfect. It's lovely. So this is going to be a lot of fun, and I think I might do it next. I know I say that with everyone, but this is just a little quickie. And the reason, I believe, why this kit costs $50, I'm not going to open this. Ooh, this is a sticky resealable, so that's nice. Okay, here's why. And I saw this in the reviews. I saw this before I ordered it, and I'm not alone in really not liking photo etch. It's a pain. It's I hate dealing with CA glue or super glue or whatever you want to call it. But my biggest thing about photo etch is that in too many kits I've seen, and only a few, fortunately, through actual experience, but I found that so much of the photo etch, it's useless. I mean, well, I mean, it has a use, but by the time you complete the kit, sometimes you can't see half of what you've done. And sure, yes, you know it's there, but the pains you go through to get it done and to manipulate everything. So anyways, this has this, I checked it out, and these are simple. Okay, you know, we've got the front grille, we've got the gasket here for the air intakes, or whatever it is, I don't know. And anybody who knows me in this channel knows I don't know much about cars, except how to turn them on and drive them, mostly. So anyways, this looked like very reasonable photo etch, and I don't mind paying a little extra for that. So, you know, I don't mind paying premium for that. In addition, we have stickers for the seat belts, and we've got, you know, different colors, and we've also got anyways, yeah, there's all sorts of little stickers here for seat belts and so on and so forth. And so I haven't really dealt with stickers before, and I may not use these, but we'll see. I'm surprised it didn't do the seat belts in photo etch, but because that's usually what's done. And here we've got a nice decal set. We've got all the gauges, license plate, different numbers you might want to put on it, different stripes and so forth, dots, and we'll find out about that when I go through the instructions in a moment. So, and you know, the usual Tamiya water slide decals. Peter Oxley probably cringing. Push my fingers all over the decals. A little bit of oil is good for him, Peter. Yeah. Everybody teases Peter because he wears black gloves anytime you hand black vinyl gloves or nitrile gloves, whatever. Whenever he's dealing with a kid, everybody teases him. He's like Dr. No, both hands. Love you, Peter. I really don't understand why you don't have more subscribers. So if you're watching, you haven't heard of Peter Oxley's channel, that's Oxley, Peter Oxley. Stop by and check him out. He's got a great community there, lots of great mates. Everybody's really fun and supportive. Peter does great reviews, and when he does show it, he does beautiful work. He's meticulous, and he's like an English bulldog when he gets into a kit. He's one of those guys, you know, no matter what, he's determined to finish it. So, anyways, so there's that. Okay, and so here we go. We're going to go through the instructions. I maybe should have done this first, but I'm doing it now, so that's the way it's going to be, I guess. Oh, and I think this tooling was from, let me check. New parts in 2020. I expect that was the photo etch. But again, this was a 1984 kit. So we're back in the 80s, back to the future. Back to a time when there were video games, but hardly any computers. At least that we needed to deal with. Anyways, so as I said, and as everybody knows, I don't know much about cars. I love Lotus. They're always cool cars. So I'm just going to read what Tamiya put in here. England, 1957. Among the dazzling array of new vehicles on display at the London Motor Show was Lotus 7, a car which remarkably continues in production today with minimal alterations to its successful design. Lotus founder Colin Chapman's design philosophy for the car centered around simplicity, lightness, and a low center of gravity, with a tubular space frame chassis using aluminum and FRP bodywork, and suspension almost in the open under minimal fenders. The driver position being so low to the ground gave the 7 a quintessential sports car feel, amplified by superb handling, highly responsive acceleration, and truly stable cornering, while stripping the car down to almost a bare minimum of features proved a masterstroke, as it fully engages those in the cockpit with the drive. In other words, you got to be paying attention. You're not looking at a whole bunch of gauges and stuff. You got to be paying attention to the road, baby. Chapman was also keen that the 7 should be within financial reach of all, using pre-existing engine and suspension parts. It was released with great success as a kit car in Britain and would evolve over the years through to a Series 4 model. The Series 2 hit the market in 1960 with a redesigned frame, modified rear suspension setup, and smaller 13-inch wheels, plus previously aluminum components such as nose cowl fenders were now crafted in FRP. Help me out here, guys. Is that fiberglass or something akin to fiberglass? I expect so. Those with high-performance engines such as Cosworth were dubbed the Super 7. Although its production was as a Lotus car ended in 1973, Caterham took over the reins and still, that's Caterham Company, took over the reins and still produce this little engine in the modern day as the Caterham 7, which maintains a passionate fan base across the globe. So you can actually, you can still get, at least a newly manufactured replica of this vehicle, which is lovely. Two other things. This particular model that we're going to build, it has a Cosworth cross-flow engine, which means the air intakes are to the side of the engine, and instead of coming in through the top and running through, it comes in through the side. Excuse me. In my understanding, the advantage of that is that you can cram it into a smaller space, or cram a bigger engine into a smaller space. So, but it strikes me as kind of weird, because I mean, if you look at the car, I don't know. Maybe it's because maybe the way the grill's set up, it might not make any difference. I don't know. Anybody who'd like to enlighten me, but it seems to me that you'd want to have vents or some kind of scooping system on the one side to bring extra air in there. But like I say, I don't know nothing from nothing. I might be hard pressed to drive a standard transmission or a manual transmission after all these years. Okay. The other interesting bit of trivia on this is if people remember the old television show, classic television show with Patrick McGowan, The Prisoner, this car was featured in that series. Okay, so these are fold-out instructions. Not everybody's favorite. I don't hate them. The only kind of instructions I really don't like are the ones that you have to keep going back and forth for some silly reason. Mostly because somebody didn't really think about how they were putting the instructions together. But anyways, that's a whole other thing. And this is standard Tamiya stuff. We've got, of course, the legal stuff right up front. Paint you're going to need. Basic tools you're going to need. Some tips. And you have two options here. You have a road car or a clubman racer. So I guess maybe these were also used in club racing. I don't think in any real professional racing, but lots of racing clubs and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at it and decide what I want to do. So maybe I'll just save those numbers for something else. Okay. And like I said, and if anybody's ever seen videos on this, it's a fairly simple build, but it builds up really nice. Okay, and so here, right off the bat, they tell you about painting the chassis, and they give you all the different paints, different paint options. You got British Racing Green, Sunburst Yellow, Tartan Red, or Midnight Blue. And it looks like there's also Cirrus White, or Citrus White. Cirrus White, like the clouds, I guess. So yeah, and then it gives you the tiny little details, what color those are supposed to be painted. So that's great that they do that right up front. And then we've got the various. We've got the front suspension. It indicates you need to cut some things off, and shows you how this all goes together. It's it's not that simple. And then here we've got the steering components, and from what I've seen is when you turn, if you do this right, when you turn the little steering wheel, the wheels turn. It's not just that the wheels turn. It's that when you turn this little steering wheel, the wheels turn, if you do it right. So that was exciting too. I thought that was really cool. You know, it's easy to amuse children. You know, it's like my friend Zinzan. You know, he says he's actually a child cunningly disguised as an adult. I think we all are to a point there, especially men. Anyways, and they indicate not to cement. There's some, here's some of your photo etch. Photo etch to me, for this, it makes perfect sense. It's going to be easy to put on there, and you're going to see it. You know, because it's an open wheel vehicle, so you're gonna see that. And yeah, here again, we've got nice diagrams here of how it's supposed to look once it's put together. To me, it's just great with this. I mean, you know, anyways, such a fanboy. Anyways, yeah, and so you've got attaching here, and you see how this goes together. And yeah, I mean, this is gonna, we'll see later. Okay, and so we've got that, and so that assembly is going to turn, and we've got the differential rear axle hubs, and the drive shaft, or propeller shaft as some people call it, and how that goes up in there. This is similar to the assembly for the P34, except like these were separate. It wasn't all molded together, but they go together in much the same way. And then we've got the motor here. It's a nice little motor, and they you know, there's places to detail it really nicely. And we've got the exhaust here, drive belts, and yeah. So here we've got the cylinder head. This was a 4-cylinder, I believe. For this model year, it was a 1498 cc engine, which they marketed as 1500. What's a couple cc's between friends? And so yeah, so here's the manifold head, and here's the air intake system, and the gasket that runs over top, and then you get those little stainless steel. I assume they're stainless steel. They are actual metal. The little plugs, and then a nice illustration of how it's supposed to look when it's put together. So here's the cross flow. I mean, the flow, air flows in on this side, and then it runs through the engine and then out the exhaust this way instead of down and over. So that's about all I know. Okay, and then we've got attaching the engine. Well, this isn't attaching the engine, but I believe this is on the back. This is the rear frame, and then we've got, it looks like this is the lower part of the firewall. Oh no, this is the back of the seats, and then this is the cover that it covers the drive shaft, and it goes up the middle between the seats. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, and then here we've got, it shows you where all there's decals for all the gauges. There looks to be some pretty tiny ones there. We may not use all those decals, but we'll see. And tells you where to make holes. And yeah, here's the deal with the steering. It goes down through here and hooks up to like this. And then we have, these are the pedals. And here's the wheel that runs down to that, which runs down to that. And they show you here how that will work. That's going to be super fun and cool. And then here we've got the seats, various detailing for the seats, the different straps and and belts and so on and so forth. Different options. Some are thicker, some are, you know, they're different colors and so on and so forth. Oh, and here we see how the steering is going to work. This one goes here, and that one goes there. And so that's actually going to manipulate, which is, again, super cool. And I guess this is a sticker to go on the sticker with oh, it says seatbelt. Okay. Gee, no shit, Sherlock. Pardon me. Sorry. Okay, and so we got that, and then we move on here to the. We've got two pieces of photo etch for the grill here, and then yeah, it's a one-piece wheel, and the tires just go on there, and here we go. It looks like you have an option here. Oh no, this is the nose. So yeah, so you've got two pieces of the grill that go inside, and then you've got the nose. I think I'm going to have this, I'm going to leave the bonnet loose so that it can come off and display the engine. We'll see how happy I am with the engine decoration, but I think I can do pretty good with that. And then, you know, assembling the headlamps, where to put them. I think there's more than one option for the kind of headlamp. And then we've got, you know, various other bits and pieces, odds and sods. You know, we've got the cover here for the, unfortunately there's no option for the canvas roof or whatever they make them from. But that's okay, because you don't want to be driving this car with a roof. I'm no speedster, but man, you know, if I had this, you know, the only thing I'd want a roof for is if it rains. Anyway, so yeah, so there you go. And then, you know, again, more stuff to, you know, so that the wheels turn. These are one piece, but there's other pieces here that go in. Oh, this one's for the spare. And then we got a roll bar here, and it looks like you have an option here for either two little windscreens or one that goes right across. The one that goes right across is this one. So that's not the Clubman Racer, I don't expect. The Clubman Racer, it has one here and one there. So, but we'll see how that all goes. So yeah, so they give you the different decorating options here, whether it's for the racer or the road car. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do mine as the road car, but you know, we'll see. There's not that much difference. This one has a roll bar and no spare. So I don't know how many tires were there. 1, 2. Yeah, we got 5 tires. So, you know, if there's an extra tire, there's an extra tire. That goes into the auto shop tire rental. Okay, so there it is. Excuse me. That's going to be fun. I don't think it's going to take very long at all. And I think next in the queue after this will be the Airfix Dogfight Double, the P51 Mustang, and the Messerschmitt 109. That's a nice little kit. Two aircraft with 2 stands and 2 pilots. Not very complex again. But yeah. So there we go. All right, so time to rate as a kit. I use a 12-point scale, 10 standard points, 2 points for packaging, up to 2 points for packaging, up to 2 points for the sprues, up to 3 points for the parts, and up to 3 points for the instructions. I also allow myself to award a quarter-point bonus for each category for any wow factors, and that's, you know, things you don't expect, something else, something put in that you know, you didn't expect to be there, but it's a nice bonus. So yeah, and then at the end, I also allow for up to 1 full point for what I call value, which is not just what I paid for the kit. Very rarely, it's, you know, is it good value for money, and how much entertainment am I going to get out of it? So, for example, this is a $50 kit, Canadian dollars, including shipping, etc., etc. So, you know, am I going to get 4 or 5 hours out of it at least? Hello. You know, some people might be able to power through it in a few hours, but I like to take my time with kits and do it up right, do it as best I can. And so yeah, this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so for packaging, you know, I'm not. It's a nice package. I mean, you know, it's a nice box. They give you the red paint scheme from above, as well as on the side here. I'm leaning towards the green, but we'll see. And it's the artwork's nice. They don't always have a signature on it, but it's very nice, very stylish. Maybe a little old-fashioned, but you know, hey, it was the '80s, right? Okay, so I'm going to give them 2 points for the packaging. You know, it's not there. It was well packaged. You know, the box was damaged by Amazon shipping, but otherwise, it was fine. The sprues, that's a full 2 points there. Actually, 2 1/4. I'm going to give an extra quarter points because there was no flash, just absolutely no flash, and everything was, you know, all of the moldings were perfect. So, quarter point bonus there. As far as the parts are concerned, the quality of plastic was good. The detail's nice. You know, it's not a highly detailed. You know, there's not a lot of, you know, as far as panel lines and all that kind of stuff are concerned, but there were no warped or broken parts. Decals, stickers were interesting. And also you get the PE. So, I mean, you pay for that. But yeah, between the PE and the stickers, I'm going to give that 3 1/4. And the instructions were good. Hard to go wrong with Tamiya instructions. You know, 1 or 2. The 2019 Spitfire was kind of weird with the paint and decaling instructions. Part of it was in the instructions, part of it was in a glossy separate sheet, and you were constantly having to go back and forth, and it was just a little bit frustrating. But they had, you know, a great little write-up on the vehicle. Everything was clear. They were in black and white, but they give you nice paint schemes on the box, and they were laid out nicely, as always. So that's a full 3 points. And for value, I think I'm going to give this a 3/4. As I said, you know, $50. If I spend 5, 6, I'll probably spend, by the time it's all said and done, 10 hours. So, you know, $5 an hour for entertainment, you know. And also, you know, the photo etch, the photo etch wasn't stupid. So, okay, so here we go. And That brings us to 11.25. So that's a very respectable score, and I expect the after build review will be fun, and I expect the build will be fun. So yeah, so there it is, and maybe it'll be like it's 124. That's not going to work. I was going to say I could put some farm animals there, whatever. Anyways, so yeah, lovely little kit. I really like it. I'm looking forward to building it. So that's it for today. I promise, no more videos. There's a couple more things coming down the pipe. Some actually pretty interesting things, and one that's quite different. But that's all I'm going to tease you with. So like I said, if you haven't already, check out my video on the garlic green beans. Check out Peter Oxley's channel. And and I mentioned my friend Zinzan, Zinzan Scale Modeling. He does great videos as well. There's just so many great people out there, and it just blows me away with all the stuff we hear about in the world and everything. It's a great community. I mean, yeah, there's always one or two, but really, it's a wonderful community. Everybody's supportive and respectful of each other, and looking to help, not to find fault. So, oh, that's the other one, Seamus. My friend Seamus Finnegan. Can't imagine what country he's from. Seamus, yeah, Seamus Finnegan. Wonderful Irishman, beautiful heart, and his channel is Seamy, SEAMY BMW, like the car, Seamy BMW. And I've mentioned him before. He's a wizard with lighting, and he has done. For a while now, he's been working on a tribute for our friend Terry Thacker, Terry Senior, who passed away earlier this year. And he's been doing this tribute build, and it's not just a work of art. It's a masterpiece. I'm telling you. I'll put a link in the description here so that you can. Actually, I'll put an end screen up as well as a link so that you can check out some of his work. As I say, he's an absolute wizard, and he got a great big heart. So, love you, see me. Okay, Terry, be proud of you. We all miss you, Terry, but you really do. You live on in our hearts, and while we miss you, in a lot of ways, you're really still here with us. Okay, then. So, thanks again. That's it, and we will see you next time. Maybe sometime over the weekend. Bye now.